1 year ago today, we had 11,500 subscribers. Today, we have over 140,000 YouTube subscribers. We've had a ton of success with our athletes, and we are gonna go into a deep garage strength year in review to celebrate 2021, and we're gonna start right now. Okay, so the year started crazy, right? We're in the depths of COVID. We were fortunate that we were able to open because we've got 6 garage doors, so we could actually be training in 20-degree weather here in Pennsylvania as long as the garage doors were open. Now, what happens with our athletes during this time frame? By April, we had gone to the Dominican Republic, and we had, Haley Reichert, who got second at the PanAms Championships for 2020 in the Dominican Republic. And then it just started to keep on rolling. And that's what we're gonna start to go into now, is we're gonna see what happened throughout the entire year. All of this success, while we were training all of our athletes to get to this really, really elite level, we're also trying to put out a ton of really good content for you guys so that we can help you guys hit those big PRs. We can help you guys become that next level of athlete. And I think that, what we're gonna see here is a lot of really cool stuff happened in 2021. So in no specific order, this is probably my personal favorite moment or favorite time frame was essentially going to the Olympics in Tokyo. I was there for about 12 days with Team Samoa, and I got to spend a lot of time, coaching Sam Mattis, who trains with us here on site. He got 8th in the discus. And I was there with Cece, Anya Cuera. I was there with Jason Van Rooyen, Tim Nedal. Spending that time in Tokyo, going around the village, jumping on the cardboard bed, seeing everything that is the Olympics, taking it all in, and just the phenomenal experience that you have, the dining commons, everything, every little detail. It's something for me. It was a very, very pivotal moment in my career as a coach. And so to coach Sam here at the Olympics and have him get to the top 8, have him get into that final was huge. And so here we're gonna watch some of his throws. So that's his first throw. And I think the first part that we've got to talk about is that Sam is a U.S. national champion. There I am. What set this up was the Olympic trials, right? To get to the Olympics, the trials had to happen, and the trials were absolutely crazy. We had legend Boyesen Hayes, who was the #1 qualifier going into the final. Josh Sarachin was there. Noah Kennedy White was there. David Lucas ended up throwing and soon after moved to Garage Strength to actually come train with us. Here's Sam's second throw. This is 63.88, I believe. This is his best throw on the day. Yeah, that was his best. At this point, he was in 6th place, so I was pretty amped. Yeah. If we look back, Josh was 6th, Legend was 5th, Sam was 3rd, but we had 3 or 4 guys in the top 8. And I think that was one of my most proud moments domestically as a coach. Let's watch Sam toss a big one again. And this is the one I think if he stayed on this finish a little bit longer, I think that could have been a better throw if he had a little quicker left leg and he sat on that finish longer. But so Sam qualifies for the Olympics, and I end up staying in Eugene to coach Ashlyn and Sarah Marvin. Sarah Marvin then goes on and ends up winning a high school national championship in the shot put. And then soon after that, I fly to Detroit, Michigan, and Haley Reichert wins the U.S. national championship in weightlifting. And so it was all just this back-to-back thing while we're still trying to push out a whole bunch of really good content. So it's sort of hard to manage all this, but I think that this year, outside of the growth that we've seen on the channel on YouTube, it's also like the growth of our business, of our company, the workers, the athletes, everybody's like just stepping it up and just doing a really, really good job. And it's something that I'm extremely proud of. And I think our performances in athletics has shown that. There's Alex behind me and Cece to my right. I think there's just gonna be more of that we're gonna see. We're gonna see some more crazy stuff in 2022. But the Olympics, that was such a special event and such a cool thing. And that's one of the reasons why we made so many videos when I was there, because we wanted to share that with you. This is my own personal video of Sam's throw. We wanted everyone to try and experience it, you guys, the viewers, to see what it's like, to see what opening ceremonies are like. And that opening ceremonies was sharing that with you and letting you be a part of that experience. It means a lot even now looking back. It was such an important part of my life. Not to get too sappy and emo. Okay, so now we head into, this is the 2021 senior PanAms. And this is, this is Haley's, I think her second attempt. Oh no, that was her first attempt. So she misses her opener, but this is where she's so good, right? So she misses her opener. She missed her last warm up, and I'm in the back like myself. Saves that one. Okay, it's a little forward, but she saves it. Then we go up to 83. So she saves it, not the best lift, but gets into the meet. Establishes herself as a competitor. She puts herself in a good position. And then this is going to be that gold medal lift. So Haley has never won a senior Pan Am championship. She's never won a senior meet. And to go out and after missing that opener and having a little bit of a shaky attempt on the second lift, she just comes out and absolutely smokes it. So you can see I'm pretty excited. Haley's excited. Just a great lift. And, so she wins the gold in the snatch. And then here's her clean and jerk. She comes out, smacks her first clean and jerk, smacks her second clean and jerk. So strong. Okay, so this is 104 kilos. This is for the win. If she hits this is for the win. This wins the entire Pan American Championship. She's the strongest 49K in the entire Western Hemisphere. She hits this and she goes in and smacks it. Going from the Olympics, then coming home, and then preparing for going to Pan Am Champs after the Olympics. That was a huge victory for Haley. That was the first time I've ever coached a weightlifter to a Pan Am title. We've coached Nick Gwizdowski, who's won 3 Pan American championships. So now we've got athletes in multiple different sports. And then we get into, we're also in August, and Jan Johnson, who trained with us here on site, ends up making the Tennessee Titans football team. And it's like, all right, so now Jan makes it to the NFL, does a really good job in preseason. Huge play right there. There he is, number 47. So I think that was just like another little notch that we could add in that was just absolutely crazy for us, is that he's our first athlete to really make a team. And it's just cool. It's like the Olympics happen, Jan makes it to the NFL, Haley wins a Pan Am title after all that stuff had even happened before the Olympics. And then now we've got Nick Singleton, who's another football player, who's the #1 running back in the country. We've been training Nicholas since 6th grade, and that's even crazier. So he started with us in 6th grade, and to see him Nicholas develop over time, and now he's the #1 running back in the country. He took a visit to Alabama, a visit to Ohio State, a visit to Notre Dame, visit to Texas A&M, visit to Penn State, and then we get to see stuff like this. Watch this run. It's just absolutely crazy. It's like it's like things that we talk about in our videos, unilateral strength, training the technique, understanding how to utilize your body with dynamic trunk control. You can see now in our athletes' performances, and especially with Nicholas, you can see with the agility, you can see with force absorption. So now all the stuff that we talk about that we try to educate you guys on so that you can hit bigger PRs, so that you can become better athletes. You can see this, you can see it happening, you can see the results of the good training. And even the stuff, the stuff that we put out, how to get faster strength training program. Nicholas is on the cover, and it's like, wow, that's pretty neat. It's pretty neat for us to do that and to provide you with that cool service. And here, Nick's just absolutely just on another level. You can't even, he's probably going to go down as the greatest running back in Pennsylvania State history. I mean, just watch this run right here. Look at the speed. Speed's insane. Angles, athletes have angles, but they can't hang. They can't hang because of his speed. He's 220 pounds. He runs like a 4.45. He runs a 10.7 in the 100. He can, back squat well over 500 pounds. He can bench press 405. He can power clean 165 kilos. And you can just see his dynamic trunk control ability with how well he cuts. It's just cool. It's cool to train someone of this nature and the work ethic that he's put in since 6th grade. And that also just goes back to look at that. Takes it to the house. It's like a man playing amongst boys. 2 more things that I'm extremely proud of is that we're finishing off the year, right? And so Jake Horst, another athlete that we've trained since 7th grade. Jake Horst makes his first Pan American Championship, goes out and snatches 137 kilos, gets 3rd overall, and then now he's also qualified for the World Championships in Uzbekistan for weightlifting. So just adds to the world, the elite level athletes that we've developed since middle school. And I think that's one of the things I struggled with the channel and with the business for a long time, was how to educate people out there on what we were doing. And now we're starting to see with Nick and with Nick Gwizdowski. So he goes, and we're gonna watch this shortly, where he makes his 4th senior world team as a freestyle wrestler. He's a 2-time world bronze medalist. And so now it's like, we've figured out how we can help educate you guys with the success that we've had, you know, and almost using our gym as like that lab, the experimental lab area where we can really test things out, figure things out. And now I've finally figured out how to have a voice and properly try to provide really good content, really good information, so that everybody can keep smashing PRs and become, you know, world-class wrestlers like Gwiz. So here's Gwiz here. And in this match, you know, Mason Paris, the guy's wrestling who's on the bottom, he's a junior world champ. You know, a very, very, you know, probably a top 10 heavyweight in the world, and Gwiz does a phenomenal job with him. You can see just how excited Nick was there. Comes back, makes that 4th team, 4th world championship. I think that's just, that it goes back to the stuff that we've done with our athletes over long periods of time. We worked with Nick since 2016, so we're going on 5 years now. We've worked with Jake since he was in 7th grade, Nicholas since he was in 6th grade, Haley since she was in 7th grade, and we've always spent time just really focusing on how we can utilize absolute strength, how we can utilize technical coordination, how we can utilize reflexive strength, and improve dynamic trunk control. And now we see it in all of these different results. And Sarah Marvin winning a high school national championship, having 5 people go to Tokyo to the Olympics, having Jan make the Titans, and just all this stuff. You know, Jake makes his first world championships, just comes to this huge successful year in 2021, and we go from 11,000 subscribers to 143,000 plus, you know, wherever that'll be when this video comes out. And now it's just like, I'm going into 2022, and I want to carry you guys on my back, where we just keep rolling. We keep providing you with the best content possible to help you guys accomplish your goals and your dreams. So if you need help with programming, click on the link down below, head over to garagestrength.com. And until next time, I just want to give you guys a ton of appreciation and gratefulness and thankfulness for supporting this channel and for participating in everything that we put out. And by all means, comment down below with what you think we should do better. Comment with what you really like and how we can constantly improve our content to help you guys become champions. Peace.